What was a moment in your life when you felt at your lowest and things couldn't get any worse, but you managed to find strength in that moment that
Yeah.
allowed you to be successful today?
What a fuck. That's an amazing question, dude. I don't, what that's actually during when I do interviews for people, one of the questions I ask is what's the biggest failure in your career? And I love this question. So it was, I left Capcom in, I think it was when I leave Capcom, 2010. And I started my own company called Beefy Media. And the idea there was I was making, I was running a video game production company. So I was going out and I worked with a bunch of different IP holders. We did a bunch of like Rocky and was it RoboCop, like different things for Xbox Live. And then I made a Sour Patch Kids video game with Kraft Foods. And I remember to this day because I'd been out on my own for a year. My daughter was 2 years old. And I got a phone call from Kraft. They got a build of the game. It was the alpha build. And they have no idea how to make games. And I know that alpha means that everything's done, but it looks like shit. It's like when you drive by a house and you just see the wood up, and you're like, they're not even done. And you're like, no, actually, that's the hard part, right? Putting the structure up and making sure sort of everything's first pass and you can still see the pipes in the walls. So they called me up and said, this is the worst thing we've ever seen. And I think we're going to terminate the relationship. And I was downtown. I had just done an interview with Greg Miller when he was at IGN. I was in my car, sitting in my car out front of his office. And my heart just dropped because I thought about my family. I thought about losing everything. I thought about the bills that weren't going to be paid. I thought about my 2-year-old daughter, right? Everything just kind of came crashing down on me. And I was like, okay, this is your company. How do you fix this? And so what I did is I called them up the next day and I said, we're bringing in 5 external consultants that are going to audit every part of this game and are going to submit a report to you within 7 days. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get back from this alpha low point. Now, for game developers, alpha is janky as shit. It's awful. But what I didn't do properly in the prep to sort of having them fund the game is I never talked to them and build the context for what to expect with alpha. So I failed to set expectations. So they were ready to kill the deal. And I had never felt, I went home and I was just shaking the whole drive home, just shaking, because I was living in East Bay at the time, just shaking on the drive home. And I went in and I didn't even tell my wife. I was like, I can't even face her because this is everything. This is our mortgage. Like I had a bunch of contractors working for me. And so I felt like it was the lowest part of my career because I was like, I left everything behind. I worked at Capcom and Midway and all those things. And I'm trying this on my own. I'm trying to do my hustle, but I just got called out. And so brought in all these external consultants. They did their audits and then I gave it all. And I basically looped in the craft management team to be able to see all that stuff. And they saw that, okay, there's some challenges, but also the best part is our product development plan had all those problems solved in a 2-month period. Because when you get to beta, right, the alpha problems are fixed. So they said, okay, we'll put you on basically like a suspended expansion. Well, we'll just like go the next 2 months. But if by beta, all this stuff is sorted out, then we're done. So I fell on brought in the external people, paid them out of my own pocket to basically audit the project and made sure that they were independent. So Kraft saw the reports. And then we got back to it. And so at the end of the beta, they loved it. They're like, holy shit, this is over the moon. You know, we got Creed from The Office to voice the sort of, we got Method Man to do a whole music video for the Sour Patch Kids video game. Wow. Anyway, so we came back from it. But that day, in that moment, when I felt the lowest, one of the things when I went to PlayStation is I had a pact to myself that I would never let any publisher treat any developer the way that I was treated that day. And so I made it my mission to ensure that no matter what happened with it, whether it's every contract I ever do or every publisher, irony is one of the publishers had treated me at my independent company not that well. They basically yanked a project from me right at the end. And so Smash cut to 6 months later, and I'm sitting down with their executive team to introduce myself as head of third party. And I go, I'd like to talk to you about how you treat independent developers, right? Because again, I wanted to ensure that the entirety of the industry was nobody should ever have to go through that. And so that was the lowest point and how I sort of redeemed of coming back. Because when you hit that low as an independent studio or as an independent person or as an entrepreneur, it's kind of like when you have kids, other people can be like, I know what it feels like. And you're like, I mean, you don't.
No, you don't.
Much like when you're running your own company and things look like they're at the end, there is no other feeling like that. And so I didn't ever want people to have to go through that because it was so painful for me.